We're facing a heat wave in my city at the moment, and it got me to thinking about grooming. Gentlemen, let's talk about facial hair for just a second. There are three basic styles. You've got clean shaven, you've got stubble, and you've got your full beard. Now, the information I'd like to share with you as it pertains to expert positioning is very broad, and I want to start off by saying everything that you're about to hear has a little asterisk that says it depends. It depends on the individual, it depends on the person viewing you, it depends upon a range of scenarios. But as broad guidelines, here are the effects of the three different styles. The most professional, the one that's perceived as the most trustworthy, professional, and high-end, remains a clean-shaven look. And there's a lot of research behind that. Now, that makes it ideal for things like job interviews and for thought leadership, media appearances, and so forth. There's a downside to it, though. It is also perceived as the least sexual of the male expressions. So it is very clinical, very professional, very acceptable, but it's not necessarily doing very much in terms of portraying attractiveness. Now, on the far side of that scale, a full beard tends to give the impression of stability and maturity and perhaps even wisdom. That's the upside to it. The downside to it is it can also look stodgy, set in your ways, and it can portray a person who has not necessarily got a lot of new driving energy. So that's well worth considering as you consider your own grooming. Smack in the middle of the two is the stubble appearance. Now here are the down and the upsides to stubble. On the downside, if you don't keep it well maintained and if you don't dress well around the stubble, it can be perceived as dirty and scruffy. So it has to be taken care of and you have to dress well around the stubble to, in a sense, justify it and make it work. The upside to it is it's seen as the most sexual. In terms of how people respond to male sexuality, stubble is the one that portrays alpha male, high levels of sexuality, attractiveness, availability, and so forth. So those are the various portrayals, the various effects that you will have determined by the different grooming that you do. The choices are there, they're available for you. They always have a little asterisk saying it depends. But those are the basic effects, and you can play with them as you learn to position yourself as an expert.